Why is nobody talking about this manhwa? So, if you have been following the manhwas, webtoon, or even the manhwa scene recently, you'll most likely recognize a couple of these titles: Omniscient Reader Viewpoints, Solo Leveling, Overgeared, Lookism. The list continues on and on. But there was one thing in particular that drew my attention: SSS-Class Suicide Hunter. A main character who was flawless from the start, a main character who was struck by a truck and got isekai'd into another world, a main character who makes females' clothing falls off the moment they see him. Nope.
Oh, I have a video idea.
Begin. Is it hot today? Let me see. I mean, of course, if I go out, the weather is going to go up by a few degrees.
What the hell?
So you guys must be wondering why I'm here and not home. Just don't ask, okay? Just don't. SSS-Class Suicide Hunter is a manhwa written by Shin Noah and Naida. With Bill K as the illustrator, it includes action, adventure, and comedy. The first few chapters are hard-going, but it soon becomes one of the most human stories out there, with a healthy dosage of comedy. The story follows Kim Gong-ja, who is living a dual existence, envious of all the star hunters in the strange RPG dungeon-like tower, where each floor was packed with monsters from other worlds, and those who entered were picked by the tower and given a skill. Sounds familiar?
Number 15.
This man basically started spamming on social media, "I want to become like the Flaming Emperor," whom he supposedly idolized and who's also an arrogant prick. Kim Gong-ja is frustrated and jealous. Initially, he acquired a skill as a result of his severe envy, a useless S-rank ability which complements his corrupted nature. But here's the thing, this man's skills only activates after he dies. So when you die, you receive one ability from your killer, which appears to be worthless at first, but because you have to die for it to operate. The plot begins with a weird concept, as most Korean manhwas do. I'm referring to you, Omniscient Reader View. He didn't even submit his skill to the Hunter Association. While he was returning home, he happened to run upon his idol, the Emperor of the Flame, and Miss Saint. Flame Emperor murdered Miss Saint while our main character here was watching. So, when he saw the true face of the man he was idolizing, his adoration turned into fear. He fled and, of course, he had to make some noise. My guy basically did nothing and was slain by the Flaming Emperor. When he was slain, he got lucky and received one of the Flaming Emperor's skills, which allows you to turn back time 24 hours when you die. Now that he understands that the rank 1 Flame Emperor is an actual killer, while everyone believes he's a hero with an unusual personality, our main character is now determined to eliminate the rank 1 Flaming Emperor. However, because he inherited the ability from his killer, it follows that his opponent, the Flaming Emperor, also possessed the same ability. He resolved to kill himself in order to travel back in time to the time where the Flame Emperor's ability has not yet awakened. Since the awakening of the Flame Emperor was 4,050 days ago, this man vowed to kill himself 4,050 times in order to return to the past. Sounds like something we all know, right? Dude, why is this man smiling so brightly when he kills himself? I'll be mentally challenged.
Am I dead? Am I still alive? When will I die? When will I die? When?
No.
Back in the Flame Emperor F-rank days, he went out to assassinate the Flaming Emperor. After Kim Gong-ja's successful hunt, he returned and celebrated with himself since he had finally extinguished the tail of the Flame Emperor like it had never existed. He was successful in avoiding the death of innocent people, but then the former number 1 hunter at the time walked into the pub where he was. And at the time, he became obsessed and envied the man's skills, so he tried following him around to get the man to kill him, and discovered that this dude has the ability to see how many people a person has killed Being confused, he didn't know that when he kills himself, it also counts as a kill, so his KD is literally 4091, including the F-rank Flame Emperor. He is now seen as a vicious murderer and was immediately killed by the Swordmaster. On the one hand, he was terrified because the Swordmaster would kill him every time he saw him, but on the other hand, he was excited because he would receive the golden skill from the Swordmaster when he killed him. But no, this dude has 0 golden cards. He picked up the silver card above the bronze card and received a martial artist man with whom the Swordmaster was talking with the whole time. Well, I won't go into too much details because the rest is up to you to discover. Despite the fact that the emphasis on envy was significant during the beginning of the manhwa, envy is never a pleasant sight, which is why I found it difficult to appreciate the character at first, but it is very relatable. The characters have a lot of depth to them and they all grow into better versions of themselves through time. As the manhwa progresses, the character weakness fades away. There's still envy and ambition here and there, but he has now the power and knowledge to acquire what he wants and he actively strives to get it. This demonstrates that he was envious not because he was a lazy guy, but because the odds were stacked against him. After all, getting a skill is entirely dependent on luck, and there's a limit to what can be accomplished with pure effort. It's difficult to accept that as basic reality, but it's relatable, and it's also the reason why the main character seems human and more familiar to us. I definitely recommend it. It's a good read, the main character is clever and down to earth, and I loved reading his interaction with the other characters. The narrative is engaging and there was not a single chapter in which I was bored. Overall, if you want a casual read which won't insult your intellect, this manhwa is a nice option. If you have anything you want to say, make sure to write it down in the comment below.